Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower here, bringing you some more broadcast excellence. Unscheduled Wildcat. Just admiring my new ceiling. Wild card broadcast here for you. And Echo is a bonus. So I asked, why am I wearing a Texas shirt? Well, my mom just got back from Texas. And I thought it was a cool looking shirt, so I'm wearing it. It's got like the state of Texas flag. And they say everything's bigger in Texas. I'm not sure if that's true, but one thing I am sure of is that what I want to talk to you about today is really big. And it's bigger than most of you understand. It's bigger than most of you realize. And it's one of the issues that is making, oh my, it's one of the issues that's making your life less powerful than it should be. I guarantee it. And I'm going to show you how and why today. Hello, Ebony K. Hello, Warrior Princess. Hello, Angels. Hello, Rune. Hello, Deborah. Hello, everybody flowing into the chat room. And I want to show you something that is going to make a big difference in your life. And the size of the difference it makes is up to you. She's taken her mom's shirts. Well, mom gave it to me, so I didn't have to take it from her. But let me show you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show you some words of the Christ. And you know I like to look at the words of the Christ from time to time. And he says this. He says, listen, the words that I speak to you, they're spirit and they're life. The words that I speak to you, they are spirit and they are life. Let's look at verse 63 in the interlinear, where he says, the words that I speak to you, they're spirit and they are life. And there's a lot of implications within this passage. And I've taught before on this passage that Christianity talks about Jesus, where he was born, what he did, but they don't talk about what he said. They talk about a gospel about Jesus. They don't talk about a gospel of the Christ. And here, the root implication of this verse is that, listen, it doesn't matter where I was born, how I died, if I resurrected, none of that matters, because what he says is the only thing that really gives life is, and the only thing that carries the power of the Spirit are his words. So the only thing that really matters about the Christ are the words that he spoke. That's the base implication of this verse, but I want to take it a little bit further for you today. And I want to show you that it's the words. And what are the words? They're the remata. They're the things that are spoken. They're the things that are spoken. And look what it says. It's a word or saying of any kind as a command. The words that you speak or say are commands. They're promises. They matter, and they are business. So what you say, what you report, what you promise will be turned into business. And that's not really, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit, but the Christ said, listen, the words you speak, the very words that come out of your mouth, in this implication, he says the words that came out of his mouth, they are spirit. Well, what does spirit mean? They are spirit, just what we expect it to mean. They are spirit. They are spiritual. They have essence. They are spirit. They are the very spirit, the very manifestation, the very application of the Spirit, and they are life. Both physical and spiritual, both present and future, particularly future. So the words that are said are huge for your physical present and your physicality, but they're even bigger for your spirituality and even particularly big for your future. So the Christ said, listen, the words that I have spoken to you, that 20% diamond, Jeff, why should I dig through 80% dung to get to 20% of diamond? Well, because the diamond word is spirit. The diamond word is life. Life to help you physically in the here and now, and spiritual to help you in the future, both in the future of this life and the future after this life. So why, and I get asked this a lot, why bother with the 80% dung? Well, because to get down to this 20% spirit, this 20% life, it's just like the kid who's in a room full of horse crap, digging through it with a smile on his face. Or it's like, kid, what are you doing? He says, well, with all this poop, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere. And that's the way I was and still am with the scriptures. With all of this dung, there's got to be a diamond in here somewhere. And there are diamonds in there somewhere. And the words that the Christ speaks to you, to me, they're spirit. They are the very spiritual essence. They are the very manifestation, the energetic manifestation of the spiritual essence. And their life, they are particularly applicable to this physical present life, and they are applicable to an even greater degree in our future of this life and in our future lives as well. So that's very powerful. Why listen to the words of the Christ? Because there's spirit in their life. But there's more, and I want to share this more with you. If you have the spark of divinity within, as we've shown you from the scriptures you do, if you have the spirit of the Christ within, which you do, as we've shown you from the scriptures, then guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The words that you speak are also spirit. The words that you speak are also life. The words that you speak have effect on your present and your physical nature. Remember, they have effect on your presence, your physical and your present, and your spiritual, and particularly your future existence. Look at that. You know where I'm going with this. The words that you speak over your life are either building blocks or wrecking balls to the life you want to live. The quality of your life depends upon the quality of the words that you use to express yourself. And every idle word is brought into account. Every idle word. That's not a threat. When the Christ said every idle word will be brought into account, he wasn't threatening you. Let me show you that scripture. Every idle word. Every idle word. Think of that. Every idle word that you speak. Every stinking idle word that you speak. Ponder that for a minute. And let me show you this. A good man out of his treasure of his heart brings good things. Evil man brings evil things. Every idle word that men speak, they shall give account of. For by your words you're justified, by your words you're condemned. And you think I'm making this stuff up. This has nothing to do with hellfire. This has nothing to do with eternal judgment. This has nothing to do with any of that dung. What this has to do with is my life is booming. My life is crack-a-lacking. If I've been better, I don't remember when. I'm telling you the truth. If I've been better, I don't remember when. I'm doing really good. Because out of the good treasure of my heart, I'm speaking forth good things. And guess what? I'm in the good things speaking business, and cousin, business is a booming. People say, Jeff, you look great. Jeff, you look skinny. Jeff, you look younger. Jeff, you look happier. Jeff, you're even more good looking than you used to be. They don't say that, but I thought I'd throw it in. Why? Because I'm speaking forth good things out of my heart, and they're now manifesting into my life. So anybody that's got it going on, they got it going on because they've manifested it through the good treasure of their heart. Now, people that don't got it going on, they are manifesting out of their heart evil things. Where I say, how can I get to my perfect weight, somebody else is saying, why am I so fat? When I say, how can I increase my youthful vigor and appearance, somebody else is saying, why do I look so damn old? And the difference between those questions and those statements are what make the difference between a person that's over the hill and somebody like me. I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime. That's the difference. That's one of the big differences, is the words that are spoken, the self-talk, the proclamations, the mantras, the words that come out of my mouth. The words that come out of my mouth are good words, and I've convinced myself on the inside I've got good things. I speak the good words, and good things manifest. This is what the Christ is talking about when he says, every idle word that you speak, every idle word that you speak, you shall give account of. You have to give account of it because you got to live with it. You got to give account of it because you got to eat it. You got to give account of it because you got to breathe it. You got to give account of it because you got to sleep with it. You got to give account of it because you got to wake up with it. You got to give account of it because you got to shower it, wash it, dress it, comb it. You give account of every idle word because your life is account. Your life is on account of what you've been saying, what you've been speaking. And by your own words, you're justified. By your own words, you're crack-a-lacking, and by your own words, you're condemned. By your own words, ladies and gentlemen. Verse 37, your words will either, verse 37, your words, your own logon, the word, the speech, the utterance that comes out of your mouth, like Jackie Chan. Do you understand the word that come out of my mouth? Bad Jackie Chan impression, but you know what I'm talking about. And I think it was Chris Tucker. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Not a real good Chris Tucker impersonation, but hey, your words will either justify you, make you righteous, make you just. Your words will either make you righteous, bro, or your words will make you in a state of condemnation. They'll make you down. So your words are what determine if you are on top or if you're on the bottom. Your words determine if you're the head or the tail. Why? Because in your words is the power of life and death. Spirit are in your words. Life is in your words. So every idle word, every word you speak, man, why can't I get a better job? Or how do I get a better job? If you ask yourself, how do I get a better job? Your brain starts giving you ways to get a better job. If you ask, why can't I get a better job? Your brain tells you all the reasons why you're going to have to stay in the earmuffs, shitty earmuffs off job you're in. And I have to call earmuffs because I do have some young listeners, and I want to give the parents a chance to put the earmuffs on. So, why am I so fat? Your brain gives you all the reasons why you're so fat. Makes you depressed, you go eat a Twinkie. If you ask yourself, how can I get to my optimal weight? Your brain starts giving you answers. You go out and run around the block. It's the way it works. And it's not just you, but it works that way because you've got the spark of divinity within. It works that way because you've got the spark of the Christ within, and because the Christ's words that he spoke are spirit and our life, because you are of the same essence of the Christ. You got the same spirit of the Christ within. The words that you speak are spirit and they are life. You are a creator. Your words are the wrecking ball or the stepping stones of your life. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Oh, I got to show you that one too. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. Where's that? Oh, that's Proverbs 18 and 21. Let's go Old Testament. Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Woo! A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips he shall be filled. How about a little Ric Flair? Woo! Woo! Man, think about that. Let's go to the Hebrew on this. Oh, man. This is powerful stuff. With the fruit of his mouth. With the fruit of his mouth. Big revelation in the Hebrew there. It means fruit of his mouth. With the fruit of his mouth, a man or a woman shall be satisfied. Satisfied. I'll be satisfied. You'll have your full. You'll be continually. You'll have abundance. You'll have plenty. You'll be ripe. You'll be saturated. You'll be satiated. Why? How? From what? The fruit of your own lips. The fruit of your own lips, your belly. What do you want to bet that kind of mean? Your belly, the very womb. Well, how can a dude have a womb? The womb is the thing that gives life and birth to the life you're trying to create. Your very birth of your very life comes from what? From your lips, bro. Your lips, sis. It comes from your lips. Why do I have such a bad life? Because you got a bad talk. Why is my life such a wreck? Because your speech is such a wreck. Why is my life so bad? Because you're talking so bad. Quit crying. Quit whining. Wipe your tears. Blow your nose. Wash your face. It's your fault. Life and death are in the power of your tongue. You can't blame Jeff Darty. You can't blame anybody else. It's you. You've talked yourself into the place you're at right now. Look around. Where you are, you've talked yourself into this place. Where you are right now is the fruit of your mouth. Now tell me words don't have meaning. Now tell me words don't have power. And guess what? The good news is you talked yourself into it. You can talk yourself out of it. Because death, deadly things, plagues, things that make you die. It's what? It's in the power of what? Your tongue. If you're living a life of death, if you're living a life of pain, if you're living a life of sickness, if you're living a life of sadness, if you're living a life of depression, you've talked yourself into it, my brother. You've talked yourself into it, my sister. And you are eating the fruit of it. You are what you eat. No, you are what you speak. Well, Jeff, you're depressing me. See, there you go again, saying that you're depressed. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is, guess what? If your life is born by your lips, if death is in the power of your tongue, guess what? Life's also in the power of your tongue. Goodness is in the power of your tongue. Spirit and life are in the power of your tongue. That's some pretty good stuff. I wasn't sharing that with you. But you've known me well enough to know I went through it all, and there it is. Death is in the power of the tongue. Some of you are living it. Life's also in the power of the tongue. Some of us are living it. Satisfaction is in the fruit of our lips. Increase is in the fruit of our lips. So is decrease. So is dissatisfaction. The words that this Christ speaks are spirit. The words that the Christ speaks are life. The word that you speak, because your affinity and connection to the Christ, the words you speak are spirit. The words you speak are life. Your own life, your own death is in the power of your own tongue and your own mouth. Are you wondering who's to blame for the situation you're in? Now you know. If you're worried about who caused the situation that you're in, now you know. Now you know. And it's up to you. If it is to be, if there is a change to be, it's up to thee. I can't talk you out of your place you're in, but you can. And you may not like this. It may be hard. It may be tough. It may be rough, but it's the words of the Christ, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go back. Something tells me I'm going to get beat up a little bit, but that's okay because I am with this guy named the Christ, and I'm just telling you what he said. So your problems aren't with me, they're with him. Words command the ether, says Steve G. Abso-damn-lutely. Tal Sophia, hello. How dare you call me human? Well, you're human right now. Thank you for sharing your information and theories with people to help wake up. I want to help at least inform my generation and youth because I in the trans myself about 2 weeks ago. Not sure what that means, but thank you. Jen Fisher says that she loves angels. Hello, Jeff. I don't understand why I'm not getting notifications. That just sometimes it doesn't happen with YouTube. Do your best, mash the bell and keep making sure you're subscribed. I was in trance myself about 2 years ago. Now I'm 27 years old and grateful to be saved. Thank you, Crystal. For some reason, I'm not getting no notifications when the show starts. Well, you just got to do the best you can do. Click on the bell. That's right. I'm going to spend a week to try it out, Jeff. 1 week to speak goodness in my life to see what happens. That's good, but why would you only give yourself 1 week? I'm just asking. Hello, Nancy. Why are you calling me Nancy? Sandra D. Angelo. Has anyone done the rice experiment? Ooh, the water experiment. You speak to water and say, I love you, you're pretty, you're gorgeous, and it stays clear. You speak to water and say, you're ugly, you're stupid, and it gets all cloudy and gross. The Book of Enoch, I'm going to take that out, Crystal, because I think the Book of Enoch is fake. I think it's I don't think it's legit, so I'm just going to pull that out. Nothing against you, but I don't want someone to see that and think that I agree with it. Words are power. Yes, they are, Sandra. And Sandra knows about that. Spoken words, not thoughts. Good question, Iowa. Your thoughts, if you remember the Christ said, it's out of the thoughts of the heart that the mouth speaks. So if you're thinking bad, sooner or later, you're going to be speaking bad. Stinking thinking will lead to stinking speaking. It really will. So but the best place to start is to stop your mouth, because a lot of times your mind's already said, why am I so fat? And you start to say, why am I so, and you catch yourself and you say, how can I get to my ideal weight? Your mind's already said, why am I so stupid? And you start to say, why am I so how can I learn to make better decisions? So it starts with, most times, your mouth. Because a lot of times the train's already run through your mind, but as you begin to control your speech, then you will begin to control your mind and your thoughts as well. Sandra says she got it going on. I'm not going to debate that. Maggie Woodward says that her hubby's doing it with the grandkids. Oh, That just makes me feel so good. Each time I notice, I reset the notification. Yeah, it's just a YouTube thing. You just got to press through. My mother used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's the term. That's the thumper rule. If you ain't got something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. The thumper rule. I'm seeing if I can pull up that video real quick. Here we go. The thumper rule. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, it's 11 seconds. I'm going to play it. I think it'd be fun. Watch this. This is the thumper rule. And this is what I love. I love this. This is so true.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
One more time.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
You tell him, Thumper. If you can't say something positive, you can't say something powerful, if you can't say something building, then don't say nothing at all. Slap your own face and stuff a sock in your own mouth if that's what it takes. Just do it. Thank you, Rowdy, for Trump. Words are more powerful than most everybody realizes. You'll also notice as you continue to evolve, you'll feel the need to speak less. I would agree with that. Beauty and the Beast, don't hate me because I'm beautiful. That's what I always say. How can I be a billionaire? There you go, Kind Cool 21. You're learning. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I keep missing the live shows. We didn't miss this one. Keep your sword sharp. Forked tongue, that's not in the Bible, but it could be. Words are magical. I agree. I love my place. It's beautiful. Okay, perfect. So true, Jeff. So true. Thank you, Mystery. I'm going to be more mindful of my words for sure. Good, Jen. I'm glad. Jeff, are you a Gemini? Western, I'm a Gemini. Vedic, I'm a Virgo ascendant. I'm pulling another one out of there. Don't like that there. I love my life. I'm not going to even address this, Kind Cool. Dude, it just is what it is. Dudette, whatever. I can't remember. I'm sorry. These sayings our parents taught us seem to be spoken by the previous generations. Good job, Jeff. Keep telling us, reminding us. Thank you. I will. So glad to hear that. Is that the power behind EFT? The power behind EFT, that's part of it. But the power behind EFT is that it breaks up nodes where things stick in. So do it. Jeff, 80% of our problems are created. We need to grow up. Yes, we do. It starts with taking responsibility for ourselves. There you go, Sandra. And sometimes it's so hard for people to take responsibility. It's easier to blame somebody else. It's easier to be a baby than it is to be a grown-up. It's just the way it is. Laugh out loud. This was stupid. Sometimes we see what we are, don't we? Yes, it all begins with the self. I've noticed the browser restart makes your notices work better. Whatever you say you are, you're right. Yeah. Sooner or later, telepathy for the win. I also had a words talk with my grandson. Perfect. Thumper. Yeah, Thumper's pretty cool. Thumper's got it going on. Thumper's got it on. Teach us how to cast spells with our own language. Yes, they do. And we can use it against them. May 23rd is my birthday. An empty wagon makes a lot of noise. Oh, Warrior Princess. I like it. Words are thoughts realized. Count 3 seconds when possible if you're unsure about the reactions of your words you're about to speak. It's all about our will. I like it. I like it. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. The power of life and death is in your words. Your words are spirit and they are life. And you're ultimately responsible for the life you're living. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry. Personal development requires personal responsibility. Yes, it does. 9 o'clock tonight, we've got the midweek report with Wayne Steiger. And I don't think I'm missing anything else today. Tomorrow, Scotty Roberts. Friday, I don't believe I have anything on Friday. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad you needed to hear it today. It's good. I'm glad that we were able to give you something that is helpful in your life. Check out the Coral Castle videos. I have another one, maybe two coming up. And I do just want to remind you, ladies and gentlemen, that we're not going to do Thumper again, but I want to remind you to go to my website, christianwhistleblower.com, where you can learn to unindoctrinate yourself. Click on this Miss Tech logo. Find out about this new technology that helps me sleep half the time and get twice the rest. Gives me improved performance in the gym. You're asking why I'm looking so better. Well, this is one of the reasons. Makes it much easier for me to fast. Makes it easier for me to get involved in meditation and in astral projection, my other spiritual disciplines and practices. And it's greatly increased my energy and my vitality. Same with these other people here. We got to put Jen Fisher up on here because she was very impressed. She just wrote me and said it's the most amazing thing that she's ever had. Go in here, look at these different products, decide which one you want, close that website down. Come back here, put in your name, put in your email, put Miss Tech right here. Say, Jeff, I want the Silver Lightning Band. I'm going to send you an invoice. It's going to be 20% off. I get a little kickback. I keep going to Coral Castle. I keep going to Georgia Guidestones. I keep going to Brown Mountain Lights. I keep going to Phoenix, Denver, all these places doing all these things. So it's a win-win situation. Get your great Miss Tech, get it through me, and I continue to serve you in a better and more exciting and powerful way. I don't know what the theme will be with Wayne tonight. Interesting. That's what it will be. Yeah, don't react to things. That's right. And the people, the other thing that people don't get is he makes me feel, oh, here we go. And here we have another rocket scientist coming into the chat room. Instead of figuring out why their life is as crappy as it is, instead of learning how to take control of themselves, they got to start doing math about how many hours I've studied the scriptures. Well, go ahead and do it, Jordan, because you're going to find out that it's true anyway, and you're wasting time. But that's okay. I'm glad you're here, because even though you're here to hate, inside your spirit wants to be great, and you were drawn here because you really want to unindoctrinate yourself. So do your math, get out your slide rule, get out your abacus, and do it. All righty, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. I'm glad you're here. Everybody, I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're here, all of you. And just do the math. It adds up. Just do the math. It adds up. Somebody's trying to get a hold of me, but that's okay. And I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. Over 20 years of experience as a full-time Christian minister, Bible college graduate, over 100,000 hours in the biblical study. And it's just the way it is, like it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, keep asking yourself questions, keep questioning answers, keep guiding your own spirit, keep being your own guru. And I'm glad you're here. And I salute all of you that are here to unindoctrinate yourself. We'll see you soon, maybe again before the Wayne Show, but certainly at 9 p.m. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see you again real soon.